Hey everyone, welcome back to another tutorial for a coordinating freebie. We just wrapped up our Easter Adorables. I think you can see all the projects here, yep. We've got our little centerpiece here, and of course our little bunny with the hat, and then the Just Ducky gift bag. Seem to be very popular, and it's funny how quickly things change because the world wasn't the way it is now when we released these, and I hope everyone is okay and healthy and safe and sane. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing here, and I hope that you guys find some relief from crafting. What better way to not let the things that are going on in the world get to you than to keep your mind off of them. And I think some of the best medicine is to just continue doing what you love. We're just going to ride the wave and we'll get through it together. So anyway, today we got a freebie, so no purchase necessary. We're going to put it all together and let's just jump right in. Now typically with freebies I do some of the inking like live, but I've done it so many times that we actually have a post where I go over inking processes, so you can always refer to that. We'll try to add a link to underneath the YouTube video to that page where I show you the inking processes. If you want to take your project to another level, you can definitely ink it. It really does add a lot to it. Also did a little bit of embossing on the little leafy parts of our carrots here after I inked them. So I inked them first, ran it through the embossing machine, and it really just makes it pop. So very simple card, perfect for Easter. And let's just jump right into it here. Now I've got my card base already folded in half, as you can see here. And this is a print-to-cut element that we've included. So if you want to do some print and cut, you can do that. I also took and inked the edges of this to kind of highlight the color of the text. Okay, so we're going to get that glued down first. Now you'll notice on the front of our card base here, there are a series of little markers, and that is simply to help you with locating this and placing it correctly so that the rest of the card works properly as well. So we're going to use those, and you want to try to just do quick little pigtail circles around these little scallops down here just to make sure that you get glue around them so it doesn't come peeling off once we get it in place. But take a look for these little markers here and you'll understand where everything goes. So there's two markers at the top that kind of match up with these little peaks here, and then there's one that looks like a little, well, it's kind of like just a little dip that goes right into this little dip right here. Okay, so that'll help you get that lined up. So this is getting glued down nice and flat right there. Okay, and you know what, usually I start with the inside. But anyway, we've got this little rectangular piece that's going to go on the inside to add a little bit of contrasting color. And this is where you're going to write your little sentiment or add your little stamp. So you can do that. Let's get that glued into place. Now with a piece like this, you certainly want to go very easy on the glue so that you don't warp this piece. You want it to look nice and flat and pristine so that when you write your little message on there, it's not warped and doesn't look weird. And you want to try to get this centered as precisely as you can so that you have a nice even border going all the way around. If you're off by a smidge here or there, no one's going to notice. So just do your best. So that's going right on the inside. Okay, so let's close this back up. And then all that's really left to do is put these carrots together. Now we've got one single carrot, and then we've got these two carrots that are kind of joined together. And we're going to take this piece and glue it to this piece. And you'll notice that the little leafy part up here, that just sits on itself on the back piece perfectly while we have a little border around the main part of the carrot. Okay, and then we're going to put the little leaves on there as well. So we've got a lot of surface area to cover here, so you want to try to work semi-quickly. And actually, you know what you could do if you're not fast enough, you could probably just do half of it and then we'll do the other half. So There's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm going to do half of this and get that in place so that I know that it's holding nicely and it's in the exact spot it needs to be. So I've got half of it in place, and now we simply just peel back the other half. It's kind of dangly enough to where you should be able to do this, and just work on the other half now so that you're not rushing to get both sides of this glued down. And this is working out very nicely. So I can kind of take a breath here and slow down a little bit. And then we'll just get the other half in place, just like that. And you can see here that I did ink the edges of this. So this inking here, it's potter's clay, for those of you that use the same inks that I do. And it really pulls from this color, the background color. Makes it look really nice. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Now we've got an individual carrot here, so this one's gonna be a little bit easier to deal with since there's not as much surface area. Okay, and we'll get that into place. And then we're gonna add some dimension to the final look of this by taking and using some foam squares to elevate this top middle carrot. Okay, so get the top part here, the little leafy part, aligned first. The rest of it should just fall into place. And then you can see here that we're gonna throw the little leafy parts on. And the way that we have it designed is the middle carrot has a little bit of a darker leaf, and the two outside carrots have a lighter leaf. Now obviously you can change those colors up however you'd like. It's totally up to you. But let's get the first one in place here. And this is a pretty petite little piece, so I'm not overly concerned about getting tons of glue on there. And just line that up nicely. Got a little fuzzy on there. There we go. That looks pretty good. And now we just do the two for the two carrots that are joined together. And it's a very simple card. So if you're looking for something quick that you want to either mail or hand deliver when you go to your Easter festivities in a few weeks here, this is exactly what you're looking for. Okay, now these two, let me make sure I got this right. Yep. And that, part of that little green piece is going to go on top of the carrot, so that is by design. And I have a feeling that by Easter we'll be back in business and life will return back to normal. And if not, we'll just ride it out and we're going to just craft until things fall back into place. Okay, so let's get this in here. There we go. Very simple, but cute. All right, so now we're gonna pop this in place here. Now you notice on this little banner here, we've got this little cutout. Well, we're gonna treat it like a little puzzle piece, and we're gonna get our glue on the back part of all of this, and we're gonna glue this down right into that little puzzle piece. It's kind of, it'll tell us exactly where it needs to go. Okay, maybe throw a little bit around the perimeter of our carrots here, just like that. And then literally, there's also two little markers there, but that's for our center carrot. But just pop that in there and just make sure it fits like a little puzzle. Press it down. Okay, so I just kind of wedged it into this little angle there. There we go. That is really cute. And then we'll take this guy here, flip him over. And I've got some 1/4 inch foam squares. We'll put 2 of them there, and then I'm just going to do my little press test. I don't think I really need them up here. It's not going to like bend over or bow or sag or anything like that. So I think these 2 are just fine. And we're going to put these, you see these 2 little markers here are going to match up with the 2 little dips on these leaves here. Okay, so I just want to line that up. Pop that right in there. Make sure it's nice and Nice and centered. There we go. That's it. Very simple. Okay. So there's our beautiful card. We got a little area there for a little sentiment. Nice and dimensional. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without a coordinating envelope. So we have our little envelope here. I've already pre-folded it. And we have this white piece that is going to kind of bring out or create a little bit of contrast on the actual flap. So what we want to do with this is actually we're going to put our glue on the actual flap and not on the white piece so that we know exactly where to keep our glue. Because if you were to try to put it on the white piece, you may get it in some areas that'll show through these little cutouts here, and we don't want that. So we're just going to put our glue on here, just like that. Now what I like to do is just take this and just kind of push it up until it hits that little score mark there, so I know that it's where it needs to be, and then make sure it's centered, and then you can literally just press that down into place. Now for some reason, when I used my maker, that score mark wasn't the best, but I'm just going with it. Okay, so we've got our flap in place, just like that. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to fold these two flaps in and just throw a tiny thin line of glue right down the inner edge there of that flap, like so. And then fold this up and hold that in place. Let that set. And I never let it set. I always jump the gun here, but I'm going to hold this and take a moment to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see the little counter there behind me. We've got almost 28,000 dreamers subscribing to our YouTube channel. So thank you to all of you that have already subscribed. And if you haven't, take a moment, go on over there and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, hit the little bell. You have to be logged in, but hit the little bell so that you get notifications anytime we release a new product, whether it be free or paid, or any of our wonderful educational tutorials. And again, if you make anything from our new bundle, our Easter Adorables, whether it be our cute little bunny, or the Just Ducky, or our little chick centerpiece, we'd love to see it. So head on over to your Facebook page and do a search for Dreaming Tree Group. You can also use the little link that pops up here, and you can join myself in I think we're getting close to, oh boy, I'm losing count. I think it's about 20,000 almost, so join us. So I do hope you join us, and you can take a look here. Envelope should be good. I always like to show you that it works with the envelope. Perfect fit, ready to go. And also take a look at the final photo, because I am going to add a few embellishments to this, just some rhinestones that I have sitting here, and I'm going to jazz it up a little bit more. Of course, you're welcome to decorate it however you'd like. So anyway, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed the process, and I look forward to crafting with you again.